Hello traders, good day to you all. This is Christopher Glen. Today is the 20th of October 2014 and this is the daily market review for the current market status. Basically we're going to go over the entire weekly calendar. We're going to see what days are more preferable to trade on in terms of liquidity, and just generally speaking, I'd like to say that this week looks like a very important week for long-term investments. We'll go over several charts. I want to talk about daily charts today, and we'll see the potential of long movements for the next week and even farther than that. So today we've got a bit of a quiet market. The wholesale sales in Canada at 1:30 p.m. GMT. But beside that, we've got a very clean schedule beside the FOMC member speech, and generally we've got a nice Monday in terms of liquidity, but not as any other day during the week. I mean, Mondays are usually very quiet. Later on, we've got several announcements regarding the Australian dollar, Chinese market. I'm not really analyzing that because it's not really affecting the market. But we can say that the Australian dollar is definitely going to change its perspective. My opinion is that we will see a bit more weakness on behalf of the Australian dollar tomorrow during this announcement, the monetary policy meeting. And after that, Wednesday will be a very liquidized day. We can see the CPI report regarding Australia, then the pound announcements, Canadian announcements, and dollar curve CPI. And several more announcements regarding the Bank of Canada after that. You can see an enormous amount of announcements. That's just splendid. Let's move forward to Thursday. Again, Thursday is usually the unemployment claims in the United States. But beside that, we've got a nice separation between announcements regarding the German market, regarding the pound, and the trade balance in New Zealand late at night, usually not delivering a lot of liquidity, but again, it's a red announcement, so we should stay tuned regarding the New Zealand. Friday will be a very quiet Friday this week, the GDP report on behalf of the pound, and then new home sales regarding the US dollar. So generally we can say that Thursday and Wednesday are the hot days during this week, but still Tuesday and Monday and even Friday will deliver enough liquidity for us to trade on. Let's move to the charts. So looking over the charts, we can say that, as I said, looking at the daily chart, we can see a lot of movements coming to an end and a potential for divergence on a variety of assets. Let's check several of them. The pound versus Japanese yen reaching a very nice potential for divergence for an uptrend movement. We can see the same image in front of the dollar versus Japanese yen, the New Zealand Japanese yen, Euro Japanese yen, and even the Australian Japanese yen, meaning that the Japanese yen is expected to lose strength this week and further on into the next week as well. And the Nikkei is expected to climb up at the opposite side of the Japanese yen itself. Let's move forward to other daily charts. The euro versus the US dollar is reaching a very important point over here. Let's check that from a different angle on the different time frame. First of all, the daily chart is looking very nicely for a downtrend movement. If we'll pay attention to an hourly chart, we can see that there's still potential to see an uptrend over here. My assessment is that we will see the euro versus the US dollar at the beginning of this week, meaning today and for tomorrow as well, climbing up toward this area, the 1280, 1290. 1290 area will be a nice area for a pullback. I'll try to catch an option over here for a downtrend movement position, and that is my target for the euro versus the US dollar. Until then, I'm expecting it to fluctuate a bit uptrend, a bit downtrend, but again, for my assessment is that we will see the dollar losing some strength today and tomorrow, and then we will see a stronger movement on behalf of the dollar for an uptrend. So this chart will drop down again, potential for an uptrend at first for tomorrow and today, and then a downtrend, strong liquidized downtrend for the euro versus the US dollar, expressing a stronger dollar in the market. Let's move forward to other charts. Dollar Japanese yen, we've talked about that, a nice potential for an uptrend movement. The New Zealand versus the US dollar, nice potential for a downtrend movement. As you can see, all the areas are projecting the same area, the same target, an uptrend movement on behalf of the dollar. The dollar Swiss franc in nice potential for an uptrend. A lot of trades are coming into completion of a corrective pattern, and we can see very nice potential for divergence. Euro versus the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar generally is in a position to gain strength in front of the euro, the New Zealand, and the Australian dollar as well. And this is why I said that my expectation is the Australian dollar will lose strength as an outcome of the announcement that we've talked several minutes ago. When we looked at the calendar, the New Zealand versus the Swiss franc, this is a very nice image of corrective pattern. First of all, we can see first wave dropping down, then second wave climbing up, then a 1, a 2, a 3. Right now we can see the fourth wave climbing up. That will be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave climb up until here approximately, and then drop down. So my target for the New Zealand versus the Swiss franc is to climb up till 0.75. And then continuing its downtrend movement, 757, and then continuing its downtrend movement. Very nice potential on the New Zealand Swiss franc as well. Potential for the New Zealand to lose strength more than the Swiss franc to gain strength, but that will be expressed in front of this chart as well. We saw that we've got an announcement regarding the New Zealand, the trade balance in New Zealand for tomorrow, so that might be the indication for this chart to move forward. New Zealand Canadian dollar as well. I'd like to talk about the dollar in front of the Turkish. Very nice image over there as well. Let's see where it's at. There we go. So again, the same structure appears over here. We've got the first wave, the second, the third, the A, B, and C of the fourth, and good potential to see an uptrend on this side. So very nice structure over here for a long-term investment on the dollar versus Turkish. Again, just as we saw in front of the euro, just that one is the opposite. We've got a fluctuation level on the hourly chart, an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave dropping down. So at the moment we've got still potential to see this chart dropping a bit more toward the 2.2 area, 2.21, and then to see this uptrend movement. If you'd like to be a bit more careful, you can draw two support trend lines over here, resistance trend lines, and across beyond the trend line will be a good sign. And what I mean is that once we'll cross this trend line, then we're expecting to see an uptrend till this one, and then we'll see a fluctuation level, and then across and continuance of an uptrend. So that is the assessment regarding the dollar versus the Turkish. Again, just completing the same image as we saw in front of the dollar Swiss franc and the euro versus the US dollar. Potential to see a bit of weakness on behalf of the dollar for tomorrow and today, and the divergence for the rest of the week. My assessment that the big change will come on Wednesday and Thursday, as we've got a lot of announcements regarding the dollar itself, important announcements, and that will be the change in this field. I'd like to wish you all the best with your trades. Have a pleasant day, and bye-bye.